It is a freezing winter morning with frost covering the windshield, and you turn the key in your diesel rig only to hear it crank and crank without ever firing up. Or maybe it finally starts, but it shakes violently and blows a thick cloud of acrid smoke out of the tailpipe. This classic cold start struggle is the hallmark of code P037F, which means the glow plug sense circuit has a high voltage condition. Unlike a gasoline engine that uses a spark to start the fire, your diesel relies on the sheer heat of compression, and on a cold day, that metal engine block is like a giant ice cube that steals all the heat. Your glow plugs are basically heavy-duty heating elements, much like the ones on a stove top, that glow red-hot to preheat the combustion chamber so the fuel can ignite. When the ECM sees an electrical value that is way too high in this sense circuit, it knows the system is not operating within its safe parameters. This is a moderate to severe issue because repetitive cold starts without working glow plugs will eventually hammer your internal engine components and put a massive strain on your starter and batteries. This code is particularly common on Ford trucks, but it can hit any diesel from a Dodge Ram to a Mercedes Sprinter. Your first diagnostic step should be a simple sniff test. Pop the hood and smell for any irregular burning scents or melted plastic. Carefully follow the glow plug wiring harness and look for any spots where the loom has rubbed through against the engine block, which creates a direct short. Because these plugs draw a massive amount of amperage, they often use fusible links or heavy-duty relays that can melt if there is too much resistance in the circuit. Grab your digital multimeter and check the integrity of the ground straps because a loose or corroded ground connection will cause the voltage on the sense circuit to skyrocket. You can also test the glow plugs themselves by unplugging the harness and checking for battery voltage at each plug tip. If the values are way off from what your battery shows, the plug itself has likely failed internally. Do not ignore this light just because the truck eventually starts, because that extra smoke you see is unburned fuel washing the lubricating oil off your cylinder walls, which is a recipe for a very expensive engine rebuild down the road. Cleaning up the connectors and ensuring every wire is tied down away from moving parts is the best way to keep your diesel roar healthy and reliable all winter long.